We hooked up the oscilloscope. This is not no cheap piece of equipment here. This is really good. It runs on a battery. It's not running into the wall. You run a cord into the wall with these cheaper oscilloscopes, you'll pick up some dirty energy just from that. So this is a really good oscilloscope. This is a spectrum analyzer, Pico scope. So we're seeing the frequencies. So 60 kilohertz, 50, 20. There's a lot of frequencies. Now this house does not have a smart meter on it. A lot of times on the 20 kilohertz, 15 to 20 in these areas, that's a lot of times the smart meter frequencies. And then we have the tri-field here. And this actually is only 91.3. So this is actually a really good house. Probably the best ones I've ever seen in the city. But let's go ahead and see what happens when we do mitigate here. And I'm going to use the sine timer. Now this is actually usually better for the lower frequencies, typically, normally. And it also does really good with smart meters. And I'm believing that some of this could possibly be LED lighting. But I know for sure smart meters. And why I think this is more of a smart meter issue here from the neighbor smart meters. Because again, they're all tied to that bottom wire, to that water pipe. It's grounded, and then therefore you have a transformer on the secondary side. We're all sharing that, so we're all sharing all your neighbor's garbage, even though you don't have the garbage in your house, because of the way the grid is done. You're actually connected to it through the whole entire neighborhood, pretty much, or at least the street. So let's plug this in and see what happens here, and we'll try to do the visual here, and watch how good job this sine timer does. So it goes down to 20 here, but look how good it did on the spectrum analyzer, and look how good it did on the oscilloscope here. Now I'm going to plug this. I've never seen this before, quite this big of a difference. But now I'm going to show you what the DNA filters will do. These are a little bit more expensive. What I like about the DNA, you take them with you real easy. Now we're going to plug this in. Now watch, this goes down below 20. But why these things are not accurate here is because it goes down to 20 when I plug this in. Or 11, I mean, so it's actually twice as good, but it doesn't get rid of the 60 kilohertz.
Will you do that again so I can watch?
Yeah, I'm going to unplug it. Okay, now I'm going to plug it back in. So if you went by this cheaper meter here, you would think, oh, this actually does the best job, but it's not getting rid of the 60 kilohertz or the 80 kilohertz. But I'm going to plug it in. Look at that. Does a pretty good job overall, but it's still got those peak frequencies there. And I'll talk to my friend Bill Bathgate about that. Now let's go back to the sine timer and do it again. So again, on the tri-field here, it went down to 22, which is not quite as good as the DNA, but the frequencies are gone here. And the frequency is what does all the damage, those high frequencies like that. That's 60,000 times a second those frequencies are hitting you. This is 10,000 times a second. Anything about 2,000, the resistance of your skin cannot stop those frequencies above 2,000, and I even think that it even goes lower than that, to be quite frank with you. But that's building biology. So that's what we're taught. I'm going to plug it. You see it peaks. So I'll go back to the DNA. There, and then again too. This went down to 12, but you get the frequencies here, and then back here one more time. So if someone's going to live in the house, this would be the one I would have them get for the bang for the buck. Now, obviously, with me being a building biologist, I would get both of them. But that's just me. But if a person's here temporary, the DNA is usually more handier. But in this case, the sine timer works better, and it's about half the price. So, but that has to be installed by an electrician here. Okay, a little bit of fun. So again, this is time over voltage. So really, from peak to peak, it's 350 volts from here to here. So your 120 volt circuit really is 350 volts from what your body sees from peak to peak. That's why I have to show this. Why it's so dangerous. That's why when you get electrocuted by that, you can't let go. And this shows you here, from right about here is RMS, is about 120 volts right about here. And this is about 170 some volts here, but from peak to peak it's about 350 volts. That's why it's so dangerous. And then these are frequencies that are in that dirty power like you see right here. Okay, that's it.